Batman Begins, initially the Batmobile was going to get destroyed, and there was this whole thing going backwards and forwards with Chris and a couple of other people. It just felt that it was almost like another character in the film. So hence it never got destroyed in the end in Batman Begins. The next time round, you know, Chris was adamant that he was going to go in this film.
The destruction of the Batmobile was a very, very complicated set of events. Some of it shot on location in Lower Wacker, the jump over the car and the explosion.
On Lower Wacker in Chicago, we jumped the Batmobile over a car, travelling forwards at 30 miles an hour, dragged a ramp behind it, jumped it. Special effects blew an explosion in the back as it went over. It exploded, landed, but it's not a visual effect, it's a special effect.
Then we had to come to a set in England, built at our stage at Cardington, for the smashing through the wall and so forth, because we weren't able to go up and touch the ceiling on Lower Wacker or anything structural. So really it was one of these events that shot, you know, 2 different countries over a very long period of time, months apart.
The Joker thinks he's done his business. He's blown the hell out of the Batmobile. Cinematically, Chris didn't want it to end there, so that Batmobile, whilst dying, would save his life and continue the fight.
The birth of the Batpod was sort of a major moment in the movie for Chris. He wanted it to be very realistic, very practical. He wanted the front 2 tyres would become the tyres of the pod. So we did a lot of previs on this, studying it with Chris, just to make sure that, you know, there was no trickery involved, but basically what we were doing was almost practically possible. And Chris Corbolt even attempted to do it practically. The problem was that we quickly realised in post-production we were actually going to have to just completely replace it with our own CG tumbler. And then Batman and the Batpod was completely CG as it launched out in a very specific manner.
Goodbye.